Greetings everyone, this is Joseph James in the School of Trade, and I want to give you guys some more information about our three entry patterns. Now, as you guys know, we have some very simple entry patterns we use in our live trade room. And again, these are very high percentage setups. This is the wave setup, the breaker setup, and the two-step setup. So of course you can see, right, three different patterns. Now I want to first of all make sure you guys are aware that the wave and the breaker, right, these are both trend continuation patterns. That means they trade with the trend. And the two-step setup, this of course is a counter trend pattern, so it goes against the short-term trend. As you can see, they're very high percentage, right, 85 to 75% winning ratios. And let's go over these patterns as they develop on our charts. Now, of course, the wave setup is another trend continuation pattern. Now, the trigger line is very important here, right, for a wave setup. Now, we already know, first of all, what a breaker pattern looks like, right? This is what a wave pattern looks like. And you can see it's a little bit more technical than a breaker pattern. We still have, of course, the break above. We still have the swing high. But in this case, for a wave pattern setup, we look to get above that swing high. And then in this case, we're going to buy the pullback to a rising trigger line, right? That yellow line there, that is my trigger line. Now, some key components here, right, is that swing high. Again, the level's marked for me automatically on my charts, courtesy of our swing indicators. We don't have to worry about marking that level. Once we see that level, though, then we'll swing in and begin to look for that trigger line, the yellow line here. It needs to get above the swing high, and again, we will then buy the pullback that tests a rising trigger line. Okay, guys, so obviously, as you can see here, right, a little bit more technical than the breaker pattern. We're going to see these more often in trending environments, whereas the breaker pattern is often more used in a choppy sideways environment. Here's the wave setup to the long side, all right, and here's, of course, the wave setup to the short side. Now, again, same basic principles here. Main components here, swing low, and my trigger line. I'm going to break below that most recent swing low, of course, trading with the trend here. And then we'll be, of course, now shorting a retracement into a falling trigger line. So my trigger line makes it below that swing low. I then also, with price, break below that swing low. And then we have a retracement there, and then we'll short the retracement when it tests that falling trigger line. Okay, so a good example here of a wave long, and then of course on this side, right, as a wave short. All right, so in closing, we have three main patterns: the wave setup, the breaker setup, and the two-step setup. Right, the wave setup and the breaker setup, these are trend continuation patterns trading with the trend, and the two-step setup is a counter trend trade. Now, of course, we've got lots more information to go along with these patterns, guys, because remember, we have three specific steps to your trading. See the entry pattern first, entry rules second, look for the confirmation, and of course, then pull your trigger. Now, we'll have more videos coming on the entry rules themselves, but this, of course, tells about our three high percentage setups. Hope the video helps, guys. Learn these patterns first, then learn the rules, and we'll see you guys in the live trade room tomorrow morning. Bye-bye for now.